Thank you for joining the video this time. On this occasion, we will discuss 20 interesting facts about bees and how important their role is in the ecosystem. Bees are very interesting insects and play an important role in our ecosystem. Let's look at some interesting facts about bees. Fact 1. Bees are social insects and live in colonies consisting of thousands of worker bees, several male bees, and one queen bee. Worker bees are the females who do most of the work in the hive, such as collecting pollen and nectar, cleaning the hive, raising the larvae, and guarding the colony from predators. The male bees are responsible for fertilizing the queen bee and do not have a stinger. The queen bee is the only adult female in the colony and is responsible for producing eggs. Fact 2. Bees use their hair to collect pollen from flowers. They store this pollen in accessory sacs in their legs and carry it back to the hive to produce honey. During this process, pollen can spread to other plants and help in pollination. Each worker bee can collect up to half its body weight in pollen in one day. Fact 3. Bees are very important species for plant pollination. Bees help ensure that plants produce healthy and abundant fruit and seeds. Without bees, many of the food plants we eat every day, such as apples, strawberries, and almonds, would not grow properly. Fact 4. The queen bee can live for several years and is responsible for producing eggs for the entire colony. Each egg laid by the queen bee will hatch into larvae, which will then be raised by worker bees. Larvae raised to become worker bees are fed honey and pollen, while larvae raised to become male bees are fed honey and royal jelly. Fact 5. Bees produce honey as a food source. Honey is produced by bees from flower nectar, which is collected and stored in hives. The nectar is then broken down into simple sugars and stored in nest cells called honeycombs. The bees then take the honey from the hive and process it into honey, which is ready for consumption. Fact 6. Bees have a stinger that can be used to defend themselves. When bees feel threatened, they will attack using their stinger and releasing venom. The stinger is only possessed by worker bees and the queen bee, while male bees do not have a stinger. Fact 7. Bees can fly at speeds of up to 24 kilometers per hour and can fly in strong wind conditions. They use their wings, which can vibrate about 200 times per second, to fly. Fact 8. There are more than 20,000 species of bees that have been identified worldwide. The species of bees that exist around the world range from the honey bee, which is often kept by humans, to the more exotic bees such as the orchid bee, which is only found in certain areas. Fact 9. Bees can identify flowers based on the color pattern and scent of the flower. They can also remember the position of flowers that have good quality nectar and often visit the same flower over and over again. Fact 10. Some species of bees can make their own nests using the wax they produce from the wax glands in their stomachs. This wax is then used to make nest cells, which are used to store honey, pollen, and eggs. Fact 11. Bees can feel vibrations that occur around the hive and can communicate with each other through dance and vibration movements. Bees also have complex body language to communicate important information such as the location of a newly found food source. Fact 12. Bees that work hard in the colony have a relatively short lifespan, usually only a few weeks. However, the queen bee can live for several years and the male bee can live for several months. Fact 13. Bees can experience color changes depending on the type of food they consume. Some types of flowers produce pigments that can change the color of bees, such as lavender, which can make bees purple. Fact 14. Some species of bees can live in very extreme environments, such as bees that live in the desert or on very high mountains. They have special adaptations to survive in a difficult environment. Fact 15. Honeybees are usually kept by humans to get their honey, but there are several species of bees that do not produce honey and can even become pests for plants. Several other bee species are considered predators that help control insect populations that damage crops. Fact 16. Bees can get various diseases such as parasites and fungal infections. Poor environmental conditions and exposure to pesticides can also make bees more susceptible to disease and health problems. Fact 17. Bees can fly great distances to find food. Some species of bees can fly up to 15 kilometers only to find nectar and pollen. Fact 18. Bees can form very large colonies, such as honeybee colonies, which can consist of thousands of worker bees and one queen bee. Bees can also form small colonies consisting of only a few bees. Fact 19. Honeybees are a very nutritious food source and have various health benefits. Honey contains antibacterial and antioxidant compounds that can help prevent disease and maintain a healthy body. Fact 20. Bees have an important role in the ecosystem and in food production. They help reproduce plants and maintain the balance of the ecosystem. Bees also help increase agricultural productivity by multiplying plants through the process of pollination. Thus, 20 interesting facts about bees. As we know, bees are very important insects and have a big role in the ecosystem. Despite their small body size, bees are able to do many things that are beneficial to humans and the environment around us. Therefore, it is important for us to maintain and protect bee populations so that they can carry out their role in maintaining the balance of nature and producing the food we need. We can do small things like put up beehives or plant plants that bees like to help protect them. Thus, the video about 20 interesting facts about bees. Hopefully this information is useful and can add to our knowledge about this very important insect. Thank you for watching this video and see you next time.